I apologize, people. I've been under the weather a little bit lately. Yeah, the weather underground, huh? No, I'm not that radical group, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm back. And what I want to talk about today is I love this topic, is everything that a liberal says is always taken out of context. Do you understand that? Does that make sense to you? You know, it amazes me. It comes out of their mouth, their tongue is dangling, their lips are moving, but it's taken out of context. That's a bunch of crock, isn't it? What did the president say? If you don't have a record to run on, you pick your opponent as someone you should run from, right? Was that taken out of context? I don't think so. Was it taken out of context when he said, under my policies, energy prices will necessarily skyrocket? Was that taken out of context? Do people even remember that? Do people even care? No, they don't. Was it taken out of context about lobbyists or transparency or giving Brazil $2 billion so they can drill? Was that taken out of context? Huh? How about the Keystone Pipeline? Huh? Flexible with Russia? Lying about Libya? Was that taken out of context? President said it was just a bump in the road? Really? Bump in the road? How about the Democratic Party booing God? No one talks about that. Now, I must admit, it wasn't all Democrats. It was about half of them. But even half of them, people? Even one of them at the convention booing God? Are you kidding me? Does the president apologize for that? How does no one talk about this? It's amazing to me. And you run up all these people, the mayor of LA talking about the war on women. Oh, this is a guy who cheated on his wife with a news reporter. Another one. And you know how I feel about the Clintons. Come on. The Kennedys? Caroline Kennedy's up there talking about Daddy? Daddy was a war hero. But Daddy cheated on Mommy. She didn't really talk about that. And she talked about Uncle Teddy. They praised him at the Democratic Convention, Uncle Teddy. That wasn't taken out of context. This guy was a murderer. He killed a woman. I mean, what is it? Elizabeth Warren, another one. Taken out of context, she's a 1%. Oh, no, she says she's 120th alien. Alien. Indian. She's 100% alien. We know that. And that's not taken out of context. That's straight from my mouth. This woman has got to be alien. Okay? I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, was Gary Hart not available? How about Gary Condit? Was it taken out of context that they cheat on their wives? Huh? I mean, come on, people. This guy, Obama, destroying the coal industry. Is that taken out of context? How is that taken out of context? I talked to a guy in West Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. Actually talked to him on the phone. You know what he told me? His friend lost his job in the coal industry, but he's going to vote for Obama because he's a Democrat. How is that possible? I don't care if it's Republican, independent, a squirrel, whatever. If it cost me my job, I would not vote for that human being or that squirrel. I mean, seriously, people, is this ideology that strong? Just because he's a Democrat, you got to vote for him? I mean, these aren't the Democrats that I grew up with, people. I've said this before. I grew up as a Democrat. My whole family did, except for one uncle. Everybody, aunts, uncles, the other uncles, mom and dad, grandparents, brother. But you know what? They weren't radical like this. They left us. We didn't leave them. They're a bunch of nuts now. They're a different party. They're just absolutely, the majority of them are just absolutely insane. And they don't mean what they say because they lie. It's lies. You know, it's like Obama. He's not willing to accept responsibility for the loss of life, but he's willing to take credit for taking a life, like Osama, right? I mean, come on. Libs, they can't win on their ideas. That's the problem. They'll lie, cheat, steal, do whatever to win an election. It is appalling. Biden says the middle class has been buried the last 4 years. Now, was that taken out of context, Joe? And by the way, you guys have been in office the last 4 years. So these people just talk, and no one says nothing. The media doesn't say a word about it. And the Libya thing, we know it's a lie. They all lied. It's a cover-up. It is appalling. And you know what makes me upset is Hillary Clinton. You know, Hillary, that was your friend. That Ambassador Stevens was your friend. And for you to lie about it like the rest of them all lied and cover this up just so Obama can get elected, how low does that make you, lady? You know what the problem is? Someone needs to have some balls in this administration and stand up for what's right and say, you know what? It was a terrorist attack. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to find these SOBs. And we're going to take them out. That's what our leader needs to say. Hillary should say that. Not sit there and cover up just to get this guy elected. That's appalling. You've lost all respect with me, lady. I'm sorry. For you to sit there like a squirrel and make excuses when your friend died, got murdered, drugged through the streets, sodomized, tortured, and you sit there and you're like claiming on a movie. Yeah. Is that taken out of context enough for you? I mean, they make me sick how they cover this up. If it was any other president, they'd be after them every day in the media. But no, the media, it doesn't want to because they might be taken out of context. Yeah, it's appalling. win at any cost. That is disgusting. Did you also know 16 teenagers were killed by guns from Fast and Furious in Mexico at a birthday party? No, they didn't tell you that. And guess what? That's not taken out of context, because that's what happened, people. Okay? So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. I'm sick and tired of every time these guys say something that comes out of their mouth, everyone tries to spin it instead of being honest. And if you make a mistake, so what? Apologize for it. This country's forgiving. But stand up for the truth. There's nothing worse than a liar. People are sick of the freaking lies. And everything I said is not taken out of context. I meant what I've said.